Hello, LifePoint Church. It's Wednesday, August 10th, 2022, and we are 3 days post a really different, crazy service here at LifePoint. I don't know why it should really be crazy. We worshiped, we fellowshiped with one another, we had extended times of prayer, and we read over 120 verses from more than 9 books in the Bible. Pretty normal, really, but I didn't do much preaching. I even didn't do much reading. You got to do a lot of the reading. And I've heard incredible feedback, and we focused on what does God call sacred versus what I want God to call sacred. And one of the things we looked at is God considers his body, the church, to be very sacred. And he's given us instruction on how to do it. We can see throughout thousands of years of church history what works and what doesn't. And so the goal of this season and this time here at LifePoint is to get us out of what has become comfortable, traditional, and cultural way to worship the Lord and go back to a way that he considered to be sacred, one where we laid our lives down for one another, one where when we met together we exhibited the love for one another, we laid down fear, we prayed over one another, we saw manifestations of God's Holy Spirit for one another. Think about this. Francis Chan talks about this in his book, Letters to the Church. He says, if it's obvious to spot somebody who's demon possessed, why isn't it just as obvious to spot somebody who's filled and possessed with the Holy Spirit? And that's something to really think about, because if we're in a church of people who are led by the Holy Spirit, filled by the Holy Spirit, shouldn't there just be a drastic difference between those and those who are just there saying they're Christian or coming for the consumeristic point of being at church? This week's going to be different as well. It's going to be a lot of fun. A little different than last week, but I encourage you to show up on time. I'm looking at you, third service. Show up on time. It's going to be imperative for what God's going to do and how we're going to move. Expect to be made a little bit uncomfortable to my introverts. Don't worry, God's not going to push you farther than you can handle, but he may push you a little further than you want. Know this, God is moving at LifePoint, amongst the people, amongst those he is called to serve here, and I believe amongst you who show up here this weekend. May God bless you and keep you. We'll see you this Sunday at LifePoint.